The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the March 12th wonderful Wednesday edition of today's opening bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and it is absolutely my treasure to be here with you today, especially after yesterday. I apologize for that, folks. Right in the as we were kicking off the show, my modem, my cable modem, just simply went down for the count. At least that's the best that we can tell. So hopefully we don't have any of those problems today. You know, my outcome, as always, it's to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that's what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is a tool I was talking about yesterday, and don't know if it really got over the air, and it's the tool called Creating Transformation. So we're going to do it again. You know, the key to making life really unique and really worthwhile is to share. You know, sharing has a certain unique magic, and here's what I've learned in sharing ideas. If you share an idea with 10 different people, hey, how about 20 different people? Well, they get to hear it once, and you get to hear it 10, maybe 20 times out there. So by sharing, you're getting even better prepared for the future, for whatever it is you're planning for. Therefore, share ideas with everyone. Share them with your family. Share them with the people around you. Share ideas with your employees, your coworkers, your colleagues. Share with everyone, folks, because two things will happen. Now, I don't know how to explain this. I just know it happens. I don't even know how it happens. I just know that it happens. And that's this. If you share with someone, they could be transformed. You see, you may have dropped in at the exact time that they were searching for information, because what you share, it may be their moment. It may be their magic moment. Picture this. They've got 3 numbers dialed into their lock. And if you share your idea and you share it well and you share it right, you might be that 4th number that can dial in that lock of a personal experience, and voila, the door will open and present an opportunity never seen before, an opportunity that I like to call transformation. And guess what? You and I, we're always looking for transformation. Transformation for today, transformation for the month, transformation for next week, transformation for the year. We're always looking to be transformed. We're going to be taking a look at stock charts. We're going to be looking for transformations. Are the charts saying that we're transforming from a bullish market to a bearish market? Well, we're going to go check that out. Of course, it always depends on what instrument, what time frame it is that we're looking at things. The story I love to share the most is the story about the caterpillar. Because just think about it like this. The caterpillar one day wakes up and says to himself or herself, I think I was made for more than just crawling around on the ground. So the caterpillar, what's it do? It climbs a tree, attaches himself or herself to a leaf, and spins a cocoon. Think about that, folks. Spins a cocoon. What kind of disciplined effort does it take to spin a cocoon? But something inside that caterpillar says, I was designed for something more than just being a caterpillar. And then, when the cocoon is ready and it opens up, out comes a butterfly. Doesn't get more beautiful than that. Maybe that butterfly is singing that they believe they can fly, that they believe that they can touch the sky. You know that song out there. Look, the caterpillar says, I used to be a caterpillar on the ground, and now I can fly. Each day here at TFNN, we're offering you that same type of metamorphosis, an opportunity to learn new skills, new things. I know there were all kinds of folks that learned a lot last night as Tom and David hosted the workshop out there on the art of timing the trade charts. You know, maybe it's a different language that we speak that at times seems difficult to learn. You know, we talk about A to B equals C to. Heck, you're sitting there saying, well, why did you select that as an A point? Why is that a swing point, or why is that the B point? Look, I understand it seems awkward out there, but that is how transformation arrives. Just when you think confusion just means you're just about to learn something out there. So transformation, folks, it's really what it's all about. If you're transforming yourself into a market technician, you're going to get great, what do you got today? You got 8-9 hours worth of opportunity to do that. You can always give me a call at 877-927-6648. I'll do everything I can to provide that 4th number that unlocks the key to your door of transformation. Remember, every risk is worth taking as long as it's for a good cause and it contributes to a good life out here. Well, let's go check out these markets out here. Something I wasn't really able to do with you much yesterday. Right now, Dow futures, they're trading down about 48 points, trading out at 16,287. S&P futures, they're down about 6 points, trading at 1859. NASDAQ futures off about 13 at 3675. Goldilocks on fire this morning. Got some decent volume behind the move thus far. It's up $17, trading out at 1364. Silver up 27 cents. It's trading out at 2108. Light sweet crude back $1.60. It's trading at 98.42. Out here, a quick peek around the globe. We can see that over in Germany, well, the DAX is down 132 points, off about 1.5%. The FTSE down a little over 1%, down 73. Across the board in Asia last night, meaning the Nikkei, the Hang Seng, the Shanghai, they were red. Of course, really a flat market over at the Shanghai was off 3 points. Not a flat market in the Nikkei, down 2.5%, and the Hang Seng was off 1.6%. Let's start off, let's take a look here at our favorite currency pair, your favorite currency pair in mind, the Euro Japanese Yen. What do we have out here? We now have a confirmation of this 0.786 Gartley sell pattern. That's the pattern that completed out here on Friday as it made a move up to the 143.77 level. We traded sideways on Monday, but not yesterday. Yesterday you had a nice big old bearish engulfing candle. Now, of course, this big up thrusting candle right here from March the 6th, that's got to be contended with, but we do have a confirmation. Any lower close today really confirms the overall pattern. That says that the first move down is your 0.382 retracement. Remember, every Gartley pattern, buy or sell, has 5 different outcomes that you need to plan for out there. That helps you when you are adjusting your exits, both for your stop standpoint as well as for your exits on the strategy. Now, the first place that you would expect price to move back to in this currency pair, 140.89. That's your 0.382 retracement. That's the 0.382 retracement coming off of the A point of the A to B equals CD, or coming off the swing point low from February the 4th out there, and that's that price of 136.23. So if you go from that low to the high that came in on Friday, 140.89, that's your 0.382 retracement. Just to move back to that would just simply be normal. What does that mean? That means we should see continued selling pressure on the markets out here with this confirmed pattern inside of the Euro-Japanese yen, because this is the carry trade, because this is the currency pair that follows the U.S. stock markets better, probably all the stock market, but certainly the U.S. stock markets better than any other currency pair out there. Now, that's only your first outcome. Your second outcome, your normal outcome, is move back into that 139 level. That's your 0.618 retracement. That says that price has to break through this little breakout session that occurred here on March the 6th and really come back to the original breakout session inside of the Euro-Japanese yen. That makes sense. That would be coming back to the March 4th lows. That's really your 0.618 retracement. That is what I expect to see take place. That is what I expect to see take place at a minimum. We're going to have to watch the bars as price moves down into that area, because if we start seeing wide-ranging bars on the way down, then what we're likely to see take place out here is the formation of an A to B equals CD. Remember, 5 outcomes: the 0.382 retracement, the 0.618. I've given you those numbers. 0.786 would take you to 137.84. The 4th outcome is that 100% move of a move coming all the way back to the swing point low here in February 4th. Hey, if the Euro-Japanese yen is going to do that, guess what our markets will do? That's right. They'll do the exact same thing. And then you've got that 5th outcome. Every Gartley has the potential to set up the new C point of the A to B equals CD. That's the ultimate outcome, and that could take price inside the Euro-Japanese yen down to about 134.32, maybe 131.74. We'll have a pretty decent idea as we see how price moves off of this level where we're at right now. That is on the daily chart that we're looking at inside of the Euro-Japanese yen. Of course, if you take a look at today's candle, you'll see not a ton of movement, even though our futures are down quite a bit lower. So therein lies the first bit of divergence that we have inside our markets here. Now, I like to take a look at the currency pair more from a daily standpoint with regard to trends and tick for tick out there. But what we do have, as we just pointed out, or as I just pointed out, we've seen the Euro-Japanese yen move a bit higher over the course of the last 30-minute sessions, meaning it made a low here back at 5:30 this morning, and it's gently been pushing higher. But at 5:30 this morning, if we come take a look at our futures markets out here, it has not been doing the same thing. We see a low that came in, well, really the low that came in so far here is at 9 o'clock this morning. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we ought to see maybe a push lower as they release the hounds here at about 9:30, and then we see if we see some type of a bounce inside of the marketplace. What do we have going on inside of the ES Mini? This is still the March contract out here. Good for another day. We've got the rollover. That should be occurring. That is occurring tomorrow. If we take a look at the A to B equals CD down patterns out here, let's take a look at it. We're going to start here with our A point being the 9 a.m. session. That high out here is 1887.50. That's your A point. That's because that's the highest swing point as we take a look at this chart. And a swing point being nothing more, nothing less than where you see a significant change in trend. So you go from that A point down to the B out here. B point meaning 11 o'clock in the morning. Price point level 1865.75. That taking place on March 10, 2 days ago. Makes the retracement here yesterday. Now what you can see is prices below the 1-to-1. A to B equals CD. What does that say? It says we see a push lower into an expansion of this A to B equals CD pattern. So 1854 is the likely outcome of this pattern here right now. That doesn't mean it can't push lower, because it most certainly can. But we must expect bounces. We must expect those dip buyers. And, of course, we want to see what kind of strength they've got. 877-927-6648. Good to be here. We'll be right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
If you're new to TFNN, then you've probably heard some of our hosts and traders talk about the exciting charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. Tuesday, March 11th at 6:30 p.m., Dave White and Tom O'Brien will be hosting a live study session for anyone with a subscription to this exciting charting program. During this hour-long online workshop, Dave and Tom will lead a brief presentation along with taking questions from those that attend. Right now, we have a great deal for all new subscribers. You can sign up for the Art of Timing the Trade Charts and get your first entire month for only $1 while gaining access to this live event with Tom O'Brien and Dave White. For more information on how this exciting charting program works, you can click on the Charts button on the front page of TFNN.com today and check out some of the videos that walk you through a variety of the features included. Sign up now by taking advantage of this exciting offer for just $1 before it's too late. Visit TFNN.com today.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow futures off 65 points. S&P futures off 7.5 right now. In the pre-market out here, leading the charge to the downside, Tesla Motors. Let's go check in on Tesla. It is right now trading out at 231.45. It closed out at 234. Let's take a look at that. TSLA is the ticker symbol out here. Now, what we want to be paying attention to on this is will this create an island this morning? Now, so far, so good. Now, what we're looking at, if you're watching us on Tiger TV, let me go ahead and expand the chart out here. This is something, obviously been a nice high flyer out here, so this is the sexy stock. Still appears to be. And what Tesla's doing here this morning is testing its last breakout. That's this little gap up here, the bottom of which is 228.45. If Tesla were to open below 228.45 and never get above that, that would actually create a island reversal top formation at its all-time highs. That would be very bearish. But we don't see that taking place here this morning, so that's that's not too bad. We'll see how it actually trades today. That doesn't mean that it doesn't come all the way back and test the top of the gap. That's the February 24th. But so far, the ultimate of bearish patterns does not look like that is how that is going to trade today. Of course, getting some bad news from the state of New Jersey out there, and that they're not going to allow direct sales of automobiles. Folks, the folks over in New Jersey ought to get their heads examined for making those types of decisions out there. It's pretty insane. I haven't read about it. Don't really need to read about it much in all of their all of their BS reasons behind it, but pretty amazing out there. And what the heck is going on with the states of Texas and New Jersey with the same things out there? In any event, we're going to just be paying attention to the stock patterns out here. In the case of Tesla, 228.45, we'll see if that acts as a support level, and that's where these gaps can be very, very helpful, and they'll tell you what kind of strength you've got out here. In any event, let's go take a look at what's going on with Goldilocks. Now, gold here this morning, it's trading out. It's up, trading out at $1365.80. $1365.80. That puts it up about $19 right now. It's got some good volume behind the move. 112,000 contracts. The most recent swing point that it had was back on March the 3rd. That 132,000 contracts. Now, what we're also seeing here is the completion of an A to B equals CD to the upside. The 1 to 1.272 level is where it's at right now. 1363 is the number. 1363 is also taking it in against the last area of resistance. Now, there's really two levels. We're taking a look at this little doji candle that took place on October the 28th. That high is 1361.80. Looks like about 120,000 contracts up there, followed up with a bearish engulfing candle. Of course, price was also running into the trend line, long-term trend line, when you take a look at gold here, and price went ahead and moved obviously lower. The other area of resistance is the next morning star, evening star set of swing points, and that is on September the 19th, and that says at 1375. So should be running into some pretty decent resistance out here. Now, the bearish thing on gold, if I go ahead and put the Rhodes Momentum Indicator indicator charts up on the screen for you just to make it really visible and really clear. You can see here Goldilocks making a low, and it was making its lows. Let me get my crosshair out here. As it was making its lows back here, the first time back on December 19th, it got down to a price level there of 1186. Even Stephen out here was forming a price relative strength divergent pattern, but we never saw the bullish reversal signal at all inside this. It made a lower low right back here. Well, it didn't. Yeah, it was a lower. Yeah, it did. Made a lower low at 1181.40. That was on December 31st out here. We did get a reversal signal on the very next trading session on January 2nd. So it makes that price. That means that price is pushing down in this case here, and the relative strength was on less relative weakness, right? Because you have something that's pushing down out there. Here at the top, we see that price is moving higher on less relative strength out there. So will the same pattern complete itself in order to create some type of a pullback or retracement? Well, time will tell. This pattern here does not mean you take a trade on it. It just means it's something we're paying attention to. You need the actual bulls and bears to give you the reversal signal, and we do not have that as of yet. But notice how we made the bottom. Notice how we may be making a short-term top here in the not too distant future out here. As long as we're in here, let's go take a look at the daily chart here let's look at the ES Mini for the time being before we go into break. And in the ES Mini, it's trading out right now at 1858 out here. Closed today below that 1858 level. That'll tell you that the change of trend is underway. How long it'll last doesn't tell you that, but it'll absolutely tell you that a change of trend is underway. Right now, the Dow off 61 points, the S&P futures off 7. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's diagnostic box spread analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
We're up to the races. We got the Dow off 69 points. Trade out at 16,283. NP down 9 at 1858. Composite off 22 points. Trade out at 4284. Russell 2000 down about 7. Trade out at 1180. Apple off 278. Microsoft down 17 cents. Google off $5 and change. Lead the charge to the upside. EPL, oil and gas. It's up a nice 31% out here. What's going on with this? EPL is a ticker symbol. Up about $9 out here. Oh, they're going to be acquired. There we go. Energy XXI is going to be acquiring them, so that's what's behind that. You got Verifone Systems. PAY is the ticker symbol out here. Let's see if they generated some numbers out here. Looks like their loss per share, looks like it's widened, 15 cents per share versus 11 cents from a year ago. Revenue growth out here looks like $436 million versus $428 for the first quarter. They are up about 3%. No, where did it go? Just dropped off my screen. Where the heck is it? Well, that was quick. It was up there. It is. Oh, there we go. PAY. It's up by 9%. Couldn't have vanished that quickly. Marathon Petroleum, MPC, is a ticker symbol. They're up 2% here this morning, up $1.94. Walgreens, Wag the Dog, WAG, is a ticker symbol. They're up about. Man, I got things moving here. Up about $1.10, up 1.65% out here. The gold miners, Vectors Junior Miners, the GDXJ, that's up about 2.5%. Of course, you expect that with Goldilocks. To the downside, Google leading the charge, only off, it's down about 250. Hyperdynamics actually leading the charge here, off 371. HDY is the ticker symbol. That's down 70%. Oh, man, that is Hyperdynamics to the downside. You've got Geron Corp, GERN is a ticker symbol. That's down 67%. That's off 291 out here. 3D Systems down a couple of bucks. Express Inc. EXPR off about 12%, down 228. Express out with their numbers. They generated sales. Where did it go? Well, I see their sales number of 715, but I don't see what that was comparing to, so that doesn't help me there. Fourth quarter net income looks like that was 47 million shares. Boy, I don't see what that was comparing to. I got to talk to that news service out there. In any event, they are trading to the downside. La Jolla Pharmaceuticals, boy, what a beautiful place that is. Not the pharmaceutical company, but La Jolla. LJPC out there, that's down about 8.5%, down about $1.50. So, if we take a look at the NASDAQ futures, you can see where the bulls have placed their I don't know what we're going to call, where they're defending their position here. And that was taking place at about 8 o'clock this morning. You got a little hammer candle inside the NQ that formed. So what my expectation is, as we saw the Euro-Japanese yen on the intraday chart, my expectation is to see the first bounce out here, because we've got Gartley buy patterns, in essence, that are forming inside on the shorter-term charts, 30-minute, 60-minute charts, depending on what it is that you go ahead and trade. In fact, we could probably use the 120-minute chart. Let's go do that. Let me switch over where I can and draw the Gartley patterns out here. Let's go take a look at the NASDAQ out here. NASDAQ futures, the Gartley pattern that I'm referring to. Let's go see what it is, because we know we got that hammer candle, and that hammer candle is a reversal sign. So let's go see what that Gartley pattern looks like by taking a look at the bottom of the consolidation range, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on March the 3rd, that level 36.37, from that low to the high out here that took place at 10 a.m. on March the 6th, all the way down now to the low that we've seen. You'll see a 0.618 Gartley buy pattern. So you got a 0.618 Gartley. That's the retracement from the low to the high. You're also going to see a nice 1.272 expansion of swing points at your B to C expansion. That expansion meaning the low at 12 noon on March the 10th, 36.84, all the way to the high up here that was put in. That's our C point of the A to B equals CD down. That's at the 37.26 level. If you took the difference between those two, you multiplied it times 1.272, you went ahead and subtracted it from 37.26. That would give you that price projection of 36.71. Then what do we have here? We got a hammer candle that forms. This is the candle here at 8 o'clock this morning. That says that it should find support at 36.74.25. Of course, you know the deal. If a hammer candle gets broken, meaning we see a close below that level as we come into the 10 o'clock time frame, then if you are long, you're wrong. Now, what that means here, well, means obviously if you're long, you're wrong. It means that you would also then see price go ahead and move down to the next Fibonacci floor level, and that's going to be your 0.786 area. That would be about 36.58. You're trading at 36.77 right now. So we're going to see whether or not the bulls are able to defend their position, and their position here is the price level of 36.74. So let's assume that this is a nice little Gartley buy pattern on the intraday chart that is showing up here. What should our outcomes be? Well, let's go ahead. Let's get rid of that retracement level. Let's go ahead, right? A Gartley pattern, buy or sell, has what? 5 outcomes, right? Those 5 outcomes, if in fact this pattern here holds, the first outcome says a dead cat bounce up to 36.96 in the marketplace. That would be what we would expect at a minimum. Could even get up to that 37.12 level. That would be your 0.618 area. That's how we will measure what's going on. We'll measure the strength and the weakness here. So you've got great Fibonacci numbers coming together with a hammer candle at 8 o'clock this morning. That says it's an important low here at about the 36.70. Well, I'm going to say not the low that we've hit here during this session, but really the low of 36.74.25. That's going to be the all-important low for us to be paying attention to in the NASDAQ futures. The NQ still in a consolidation. So if we take a look at what's going on a little bit of the longer-term time frame, let's say a daily chart time frame, you know, they haven't totally broken down. You start to break down when you get a close back below that 100% move of a move here. Now, that is the candle session that we're using as our anchor point, as our X point out here, and that would be the low here of 36.54. You start getting below that, guess what that sets up? That sets up a 96-point move to the downside out here, and that would be our expectation if this consolidation level here gets broken. So the first sign is going to be as we come in 20 minutes from now, as we come in at 10 o'clock, is price going to close below 36.74.25. We're looking at the strong hands, or the stronger hands inside of the market, because are the strong hands going to go ahead and lead us down. Now, let's go take a look at some of these stocks here that are popping and dropping out here. Let's look at some things that are moving to the downside. You've got, let's go take a look at Pioneer Natural Resources. I think I've got that even right here on this chart, don't I? PXD. Ooh, man, that thing really took a drop. This thing gapping down here this morning. Now, Pioneer Natural Resources had been traveling in this consolidation pattern. The consolidation, the top of which formed on November the 21st, that high, 189.12. The low out here is down at the January 14th area. That's at about 163. Now, it broke out of that consolidation. Let's see, volume-wise, 2.3 million was taking, 2.3 million shares, taking out 2.2 million shares. So not a bad break of that consolidation level out here. Looks like it may have actually formed a little Gartley sell pattern. So Stevie didn't pay attention to that. Not that I'm long this stock. Actually been looking at a long entry inside the stock. Yeah, so there's our, in essence, our 0.618 Gartley sell pattern as it was forming this little doji candle here on March 4th. And then what? Bearish reversal signal, a evening star, a close below the doji, a bearish engulfing, a bear sash. You got the whole 9 yards. Now it looks like here Pioneer Natural Resources with a gapping down this morning. Volume behind the move so far, only 158,000 1,000 shares, but price-wise, gapping back into the consolidation. This says to me that we ought to see a test of that 163 level. Now, the old Gartley pattern that I was looking at, Stevie's looking to potentially buy inside of Pioneer Natural Resources, takes you down to about the 156.30-ish level there. A nice little pattern that is still in place. This still could set up. So we're going to be the range here, 156.30 to about the 150 to the bottom of the consolidation, about the 163 level. We'll just simply have to be paying attention to volume inside of Pioneer Natural Resource. Let's take a look here at Hyperdynamics, HDY. First, let's see what is that Hyperdynamics does out here. Hyperdynamics, an independent oil and gas exploration company engaged in the Okay, so they do this in the Republic of Guinea, Northwest Africa. Well, let's go take a look at this stock chart here. It is just totally getting hammered. HDY is the ticker symbol. It's off 73%. Oh my goodness, with volume. Let me see. I don't see any news behind this out here, so there must be something going on, some major event of something. In any event here, looks like. Let me pull this back, see if anybody's even in the money inside of this equity. I'll put this on a monthly chart out here. Monthly chart says no. Basically, nobody is in this equity in the green out here. Man, take a look at how nasty is this, folks. It's the monthly chart we have up on our screen here. And if you take a look at January 31st, 2011, this stock actually hit a peak, a high of $62.24. $62.24. You're trading at $1.35 right now. I wish I could tell you that it was a high volume high and the price would be back there to be tested, but I cannot tell you that. That is on, what is this here? This is, give me a moment here, Hyperdynamics Corp out here. We've got some other stocks that are getting hammered, so to speak. We've got, where's the one? GERN. I wanted to take a look. That was off 65%. GERN is the ticker symbol, not to be confused with CERN, CERN. That's trading at $1.50, gapping down. Big volume behind this move out here. Now, in the case of GERN, I believe this was, let me see if I can find any news behind this. Some type of clinical trial. Looks like it is on hold out here. This thing, man, this thing closed at $4.40 last night. It's trading out at 148. Volume so far pretty substantial. 10 million shares moving out of this equity. This thing is going to, is there anybody in this thing that's in the money? Just a few shareholders, but not many that it would be left. Let's take a look at the monthly charts inside of this, see where it's going to. So that looks like this is going to come all the way back to about 98 cents out here. Now, this thing wasn't as bad as the previous stock chart, but this did have a high. Now, this was back in 2006. This had a high here at $10 even, Steven, one of Basil's round number highs. That was back December 30th. This is a monthly chart, December 31st, 2006, trading at $1.47 as we speak here right now. Let's take a look at something positive. Let's look at something that's moving to the upside today. You've got VIPS. Let me see here. I think I've got that chart somewhere on my screens out here. VIPS. Maybe it was under this earnings. Give me a moment here. Where is VIPS? I know I had it. The little engine that could. Let me maybe try one more tab, then I'll just simply go ahead and put it up on the screen for us. But we've got that trading up about 3% here this morning. I'm going to stay on. Yeah, here it is right here. So I was looking for this to see if this thing was going to form a island reversal top out here. Now, this is VIP Shop Holdings. As we take a look at it, and it still may form an island. Won't do it here today. But this thing had a heck of a move. Real big breakout session. This was on March the 4th. Big volume, 7.3 million shares. It's inside the gap as we speak right now. That candle here, even though it's green at this stage, it doesn't mean it's a bullish candle or anything like that. Looks like this is going to come all the way back at least to the breakout. The thing to be watching on this chart here, especially $148 stock, let's say we want to be paying attention to this, and the reason why it's still on my tabs out here is I wanted to see if this actually, how it's coming back into its breakout session. There was a bit of volume here yesterday. You had 3 million shares, but remember, we're really benchmarking this against 7.3. So we want to see how this comes back into the breakout. And, of course, we also want to see, does this create some kind of island reversal to the downside out here? In fact, that means I need to go check out all the ETFs. I'm going to do that here in a moment because I didn't really pay attention to the open. The reason why I say a moment is, take a look at Hovnanian, HOV. So as the housing stocks go, we've got really a tale of two stock charts out here. Hovnanian, the red line going across my screen, was a descending price channel, which it clearly broke. Now, that's coming back from the time period of January 2nd, 2013 out here. And the red line really just reflecting the not the trend line, so I'm not hitting the top of the bar out here, the top of the candle in this case here. I'm just using the body, the true essence of price. Now, was looking for is completed a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD on the way down, but it's done it too fast. It has done it too fast, meaning price is traveling along the left side here of the C to D leg, so that says it actually wants lower price. It's broken that channel line. That is not a good scene. In fact, now it's time to go ahead and let's shorten this chart up here. Let me move this to the back. Let's actually draw the channel lines in here. So we'll do that. And let me pull this down. So here's the top of the channel. Let's try to figure out the bottom of the channel. Looks like it's probably about right here. So that could be a really bad scene here for Hovnanian. Let me get rid of the counts. Put this back, delete that. Here's the stock chart. So Hovnanian now breaking down. Now it's getting into the oversold territory. If we take a look at that 14-period relative strength indicator out here. But Hovnanian is going to come back, and we'll see what happens as it comes into, well, the last swing point, the swing point that it is trading into right now happens to be November 21st, 2013. So let's take a look at volume. 4.7 million shares. Again, it's a daily chart that we're looking at. You came into it yesterday with volume of 4.7 million shares, so that's not good. Coming in a bit hot. So far today, 387,000 shares in here. That says that Hovnanian probably comes back and tests the April 18th low, right around the $4.65 mark. In fact, it ought to do that. That's got 8 million shares down there. So I would expect that that's where Hovnanian is going to. We'll see if at that stage it holds, and if it does, maybe it's setting up some type of consolidation pattern out here. But that is a bit of a different-looking stock chart than Toll Brothers. Oh, look at Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers gapped down back into the consolidation this morning. Maybe it was yesterday. Monday. We'll come back. We'll take a look at Toll Brothers. 877-927-6648. Be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com. Eastern legend tells of a fair maiden who was offered a rare gift by the king of the land, a bag of pearls. The king promised that she could keep the largest, most perfect pearl she could find with these 3 conditions. 1, choose only 1 pearl. 2, remove 1 pearl at a time, accept or reject it. And 3, if rejected, it would be lost forever. She began by looking at the pearls, passing on many special treasures. She delved deeper into the bag, and soon the pearls were replaced with pebbles. Sadly, she went home empty-handed. Folks, replace pearls with time, because we cannot go back even 2 seconds. We live in the eternal moment of now. So when now are you going to take advantage of my offer to you, a subscription to my daily investment newsletter service, Mastering Probability, where you can experience the most incredible pearls for trading and investing, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator and Strategy. The offer? It gets better. A 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't go home empty-handed. Mastering Probability. Available on the homepage of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow off 67 points right now. S&P down 2. Composite off 31 out here. Back to Toll Brothers. I had that problem with my system, so all these charts here, I had things just kind of crashing all at one time with a lack of data feed, and then anyway. I don't need to tell you about my woes, do I? But let's take a look at the woes here of Toll Brothers. This is a weekly chart on my screen out here, so no, it didn't gap down from a weekly standpoint. But what it has done, it's gotten back into the consolidation. Now, Toll Brothers here, nice consolidation pattern. It looked like it was about to break out. That was the week here of February 28th. Now, volume there was 26 million shares, taking on 28 million shares. So it was lacking the real oomph behind the move out here, and that resistance level of 39.25 was still in play. Even last week, volume-wise, 15 million shares. So it had even less energy the following week as was breaking through the consolidation. Now, the bottom of the consolidation inside of Toll Brothers is about $28.50. So that would be a nice buy. In order for that to take place, you're going to need to see Toll Brothers break this little shorter-term rising price channel that it is traveling within. That price channel beginning back on October, the week of October 11, 2013. I'm using the open there at $30.48, and then I'm using as my next couple of points here the close of December 13th, and that was at $32.59. So nice little rising price channel. Volume so far, not too bad. Let's take a look at today's volume, though. It did gap down today. Volume so far behind the move, 488,000 shares. It's got a swing point low out here. That's got 4.8 million shares. So it looks like that is probably where it is headed to, at least, which is the top or bottom of that January 27th swing point. 34.50 is the low, and 36.18 is the high, and that is on Toll Brothers. So we're at 9:56. Let's go back into our 120-minute charts out here. So we've got less than 3 minutes before we see whether or not this hammer candle is able to hold here inside of the NASDAQ futures. Again, that level that we were dealing with was the price point of 36.74. You're at 36.70 right now. So in the course of the next 3.5 minutes, we need to see a 4-point move if the Bulls are going to defend that position out here. As we take a look at, I mentioned the 0.786 was the next logical area for price to push down to. It almost actually got down there during the open here. We knew that as the doors were open, or I believed that I knew that as the doors were open here this morning, we would, as they released the hounds, we would see price push lower out here. 36.58 was the 0.786 area, so it looks like that was where I would go ahead and actually draw that patterns. But the key number right now, that little hammer candle of 36.74, is one that we will pay attention to. If I go back in, let's take a look at what's going on inside the Euro-Japanese yen here on the 30-minute chart. See if this is following suit. Where is it? Here we go. Right here, yeah. It is not exactly giving up here, so it has not backed off, is what I should say. So I do see the potential here for a bit of a bounce, a little bit of dip buyers out here, and that's where there's going to really be some release of information that gets passed our way. Yesterday, that was what I was trying to say. I didn't even said it in my opening, which was, turnaround Tuesday. If you go back, especially during this uptrend here off of the February lows, you'll see that every Tuesday has been an update. And then if you go back even further, you'll see that Tuesdays, there's a reason to call it turnaround Tuesday, is the majority of the time they have been turnarounds. And what did we see take place yesterday? Something to think about. You saw an early turnaround, and then you saw the kind of turnaround that the bears liked, and that's what I like because I'm short the market out here. So, folks, stay tuned for the Money Masters show. Again, thanks for Basil for filling in for me yesterday. We got him. Luckily, we were able to get him off of the beach because he was riding one of the Chapman waves, and he was able to fill in for both hours. Have a great Wednesday, folks. Look forward to seeing you in a few minutes or tomorrow morning. Take care now.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
You're watching Tiger TV.